there, welcome to Floating in Dreams. Today we're doing my Shop My Stash for December, the last one of the year. Here we go. Welcome to everybody watching today. Thank you so very much for joining me. I'm going to be shopping my stash where I go through all the bits that were in my makeup drawer for December, or for November I should say, and I'm going to be showing you what I'm picking for December as well. I'm going to go over lipsticks, I'm going to go over eyeshadow palettes, the whole 9 yards, and give you a little bit of a sneak peek of what you can expect from this channel in the next couple of weeks. And in case you're new here and you've never seen one of my videos, hi, my name is Maaike. I live in the Netherlands. I have fair skin with a cool to neutral undertone, and this greatly influences my makeup preferences. I have been reviewing makeup for more than a decade. I love eyeshadow palettes, as is in Catrice, and getting the use out of my makeup. And that's why I like doing these Shop My Stashes. So if this is something you're interested in, I hope you'd like to stick around. So yes, this is the drawer as it stands. I do apologize for the lighting situation today. I have to film this with artificial lighting because it is December and I had to film this at the end of the day. So I hope you don't mind. I have all my lighting on as much as I can to show you everything. And I now just realized that I broke my thumbnail. So if my nails look a little ratchet, I do apologize. I am going to be showing you everything that was in December first, then I'll show you the lipsticks I've used, then we're going to go into my makeup drawer to select new products to try for the month of December, and then I'm going to also show you which eyeshadow palettes I will be featuring, so that way you have a bit of an idea of what you can expect from me content-wise as well. So first things first, I like telling you what I used up, and it was my prediction that I would be using up the Milk Hydro Grip Primer, and I did. So this is now a used up product, and I've rolled in my Vitamin C Fresh Glow Primer from Catrice. This is from their new collection, and I will be reviewing it shortly over on the blog. It's one of the very final things from the new Essence and Catrice range that I hadn't quite managed to review just yet, but I did already do a full overview. So if you'd like to see and hear all my thoughts on the new Essence and Catrice stuff, then I just recently did a video with that. And this one needs to stay on top of my vanity because that's where my primer lives. Pretty fresh setting spray, as you can see. This is by ColourPop, and I've used about a sixth of it by now. Kiko eyeshadow base. This is still going strong, as you can see. I only do a little bit of that every single day. But most excitedly, I've hit pan, like major pan, on my MAC paint pot. I was thinking I was going to hit pan on it like a couple of times already, and this just shows you how close I was because I got a little pinprick at the start of the month, and it just kept growing every single time, and I really only have product left on the sides, so that just goes to show. I think it's still gonna last me another 3 to 4 months though, like easily. It could still last another 6 months, I think, before this is truly used up and gone. I won't be able to use it up before the end of the year. I have my yogurt eyeshadow, and this is also starting to crack on the edges, and it's like a really, really deep dip. So I'm pretty sure that this, possibly hitting pan this month, but it could also be that I'm going to be using it up. Then we have brow products, and these are okay. This is still going strong. Again, I've been using this all year, and it doesn't show any signs of being used up anytime soon. This is from the Face Shop, which is a K-beauty brand. And then the Refi Brow Gel, I actually quite enjoy, but I haven't gotten around to reviewing it yet, so I have to make sure I do that. Then I need to roll out my L'Oreal mascara. This is so dry and flaky, and I actually got a little bit of a flake from a mascara in my eye earlier today, so this is gonna be gone. Catrice mascara is still going strong. I want to keep my brown Essence mascara in because this is one of my favorite things currently, but I will be selecting a new black mascara to go into the Shop My Stash. For foundation, I had 2 things in, and the Hauslabs Triclone foundation was in here, and the Jones Road What the foundation. And I have to say I'm very impressed with both of them, but I have found that if you have dry skin like me, you may want to stop using powders with these. I have found that these look really pretty as long as I don't powder. then I love them. But with powder, they tend to look a little cakey. Oh, and I have reviews up for both of them on the blog. So I will have a full list of all the products, and anything that has the title review behind it has a dedicated review over on the blog. So if you want to see swatches and what it looks like on my face, you can go there. I had 2 concealers in, and one of this was very successful and the other one was a little bit of a dud. The one that was most successful for me and that I've been using mostly this month is the Rare Beauty Under Eye Brightener in the shade Light. This doesn't come with a whole lot of product and it's quite expensive for what it is, but it is pretty. I wouldn't call this a corrector per se, because I feel it does more than a corrector would. It's definitely more like a skin tone kind of vibe, but it works really well, and as long as I just use it on the under eyes. But the Rose Inc concealer, I tried this last year and I didn't love it, but I hadn't quite managed to do the review yet. This is in the shade LX030, and I think this works well if you have oily skin. For my dry skin, this is far too thick, far too heavy, and just a little too much than what I want. For blush this month, this was all I was trying. All of the liquid blushes that I bought from MUA, and the shade Dusky Rose, instant favorite. It's a cool tone pink and I'm loving it. The other 2 are really pretty too, but this is a little bit deep and I have to be very careful how much I use. And the Watermelon shade is a bit too warm toned for my liking, but still really pretty. And then the Cheek Affair from Catrice, this is okay. I think I like their single blush that I tried last month a little bit better than I do this. For a bronzer product, I had a cream and a powder. I had selected my Becca Bali Sands, which I think I could hit pan on this any day. This is an older product, of course. It used to have a wavy pattern. The pattern is gone. It has a huge dip. I love this bronzer, especially for this time of year, because it has a bit of a glow. This wasn't that great though. The Magic Shaper Contour and Glow Stick, and you might think, well, yeah, of course it's not a bronzer because it's a contour. But this is my kind of bronzer shade, so it worked for that. But this is a little thick and it needs a lot of warming up on the back of my hand for it to work. So in terms of like a cream bronzer product, I like the Melted Sun that Catrice came out with at the same time better than I do this. For powder, I was reaching for the Etude House Secret Beam Powder. This is lovely. This is a really nice powder. But as I mentioned, I just found that some of the base products I was using just looked better on me if I didn't powder, and they still lasted all day. So I really didn't use this as much. But it's going to stay in here because I tend to use up powders before I move on to something else. And then I had 3 highlighters in here. In the first half of the month, I was really reaching for my Fenty Beauty Diamond Bomb. This is in How Many Carats? It's the white one. I apply this with fingers now. I used to use a brush with this, but this is also stunning as an inner corner highlight. It works really well. Still love it, especially for this time of year, because with the low light, the sparkle is just really pretty. And then for a more subtle version of the Fenty Beauty, I like this Hourglass one. This is the Ambient Strobe Lighting Powder in Iridescent Strobe Light. It's got a bit of a peachy undertone, which I like, and a little bit more of a sparkle. But then for like my classic champagne moment, I reached for my MAC Extra Dimension highlighter in Double Gleam. I liked all 3, but I will be selecting something differently to play with. So here we go. These are all the lip products that I use. They're in this little cubby, and I reach for quite a ton actually. And I also re-wore some of these from time to time. My most worn lip product is the Catrice Gloss and Glow lip oil that they came out with. I reviewed these for you, and this, I'm really digging this. Especially this lighter pink shade. Whenever I don't know what to put on my lips, this is what I reach for. I also wore my sparkly Zoeva lip gloss. I had a party to go to the other day, and I wore black lipstick that I topped my Kaleidos multi-chrome highlighter on top of, and then it looked a little flat, so I popped a bit of this on top to give it a bit of extra shine, and it looked really, really, really pretty. Not something I wear all the time, but I do like it. I also wore my wildfigbomb.com from Glossier a few times. And I also immediately started wearing my 2 new Glossier lipsticks. I showed you these in my haul earlier this month. Was it this month? Yeah, it's this month's haul that I showed you. So Pony and Vesper, so a nude and a berry shade in the Ultra Lip. I really enjoy this formula. And I also wore this Catrice lipstick in Casually Overdressed, which is like this pinky magenta thing that I really enjoy. I finally used my Pippa Lip Lux from Trinny London. I finally got around to trying my Trinny London bits that I picked up in London in the summertime. I had completely forgotten about these, and the other day I decided to give them a whirl. I reached for my Hauslabs one because one day I had put all of my Catrice bits in a bag to take with me when I was filming a video, and so I reached for my Hauslabs because I couldn't reach for the Catrice ones. But I feel they're very similar. But I feel the Hauslabs and the Catrice are like identical. Then I wore some Lisa Eldridge things. I wore Night Thoughts from the Luxuriously Lucent line, and I reached for Velvet Sorcery. And finally, my Victoria Beckham lipstick in the shade Jump. This is a really stunning mauve shade that I love. So those were all the lipsticks that I wore this month. Let me take you over to the drawer and select some new complexion products to play with. Alright, so welcome to my face drawer. I will be selecting new foundation, new concealer, new bronzer, all that jazz. And I now see that one of my powders has migrated to the bronzer category, which it shouldn't have done. So let me select some foundations first. And I actually think, because I'm going to show you what I had used up in the year, I think I do want to select my Chanel Le Beige because this is so close to being done. I just want to get it done before the end of the year. And then I'm going to be selecting, I think, one other product that I have yet to try. And I think I may have to go, ooh, this is so difficult, because I have a couple of really interesting drugstore things that I want to try. So I have some interesting drugstore things I want to try. So I have the new Kiko Insta Moisture Glow, which I put on my face once and I really enjoyed it. I think it's actually really similar in texture to the Hauslabs. So this is a contender. But then I also have the Trended Up, but that may be too dark for me right now. This might be something I have to keep around a little bit longer because this shade is quite dark. And then also my collection one that I picked up from the UK. Those are all like newer in sort of things that I would like to try. But then, where did it go? I also still have this Kruidvat thing I have to try. And then I have this Kruidvat foundation that I would like to try more. So I have quite a few things. I have another Kiko one, the Limited foundation. I still have to try more. Oh, I have the new Glossier that I bought. And I have the Wonder Mattes from Eveline. So I have a lot here. But I think I'm just going to go with the Kiko, one new thing to review. And then maybe also the Catrice Soft Glam Liquid Filter, because I just loved it so much. So then I have 3 complexion products just in case the Chanel runs out quickly. Then for concealer, I definitely need to review a couple of things here as well. I have that Kruidvat thing. I have the Lumine. I think I just want to go in with the Tower 28 for sure, because that's very new to me. This is an older Catrice one. I have the Kiko one. Have I already reviewed the Kosas? I don't know whether I did. I might have. I'm going to have to check. If I've reviewed it, it's going to go back into the drawer. The same. I think most of what's in here I've reviewed. No, I haven't reviewed the NYX. I'll do the NYX. Then I've got something more affordable, something more expensive. So I'll put back the Kosas because I know I'll forget to put it back if I don't. And I also have the collection one, but I want to try it together with the foundation because they go together, you could say. So I'm going to be using those bits. I need a bronzer. Do I want to go for something I haven't tried or that I have tried? Oh, I know. I already know what I want to do complexion-wise. This is going to be the month. This is going to be the month. Where did it all go? For complexion, I am desperate to try the cream bits that I got from Sydney Gray. So these are all blushes, bronzers, and highlighters. Let me show you these. So here we have the two bronzers that I was sent in the mystery bags. So I bought these over the summertime, but they didn't get here until September. This is the shade Bon Bon. And then the other shade that I thought might work for me is the shade Brown Sugar. So those are the bronzer bits. So then I can see which one of these is going to be best. And I'll like add a powder bronzer just to have something that's not a cream. And then I had 3 highlighters and 3 blushes. So I have All Is Bright. This is a highlighter, very nice pinky tone. And then my other favorite one is Sugar Cookie. I actually think I'm going to enjoy this one the most because it's like pretty iridescent but also quite sparkly at the same time. And then I also have this, which is a gold. This is Soak Up the Sun, which is way too dark, but maybe as eyeshadow it might still work. And then for blush, I have Strawberry Cheesecake, which is like a deeper rosy tone, which I think is going to be pretty. That's going to be like the dusky rose of this month. And then my better half, which is this peachy pink, a little bit lighter. And then they also put in the Strawberry Cream, which is from the deep bag. But I like shade like this on me. So then I have all of my cream stuff. So then I just want to have like one powder for the moments where I don't feel like wearing a cream. Because I can sometimes get a little bit when it comes to creams. Maybe, do I really want to go in with this? Maybe this, or should we just go for the classic? Is this the one? No, it's the other one. The classic Flawless Fusion Bronzer from Kiko. I think I'll select that because it's very light and I'm starting to get to my very pale complexion at the minute because it's December. And then I know already what I want to wear because for Christmas I love wearing this NARS Fort de France highlighter. It's such a good champagne gold. And this is the season to be wearing it. It's really pretty in low light situations. And I reach for it every year in December. And I don't want to break that stride. Then I think because everything is quite pinky heavy in the blush category, I think I do want to put in something that's a little bit more plummy mauve. And I'm instantly thinking that I want to go back to my Cover FX Duo. This is in Mojave Mauve. And it's got the matte and the shimmer finish. So this way I only have one compact, but I have both. And I can choose which one I like best. So that way I think we have everything covered that needs to go into the drawer. Let me show you what eyeshadow palettes I will be using this time around. So I know you can't see very well what's going on here, but if I change the camera angle, the lighting situation is not the best. So that's why I'm doing it like this. Let me show you what new palettes I will be reviewing first. So this is my little stack of new to me palettes that I will be reviewing for you this month. I am not selecting too many because I want to do my end of year favorites from Christmas till New Year's Eve. New Year's Eve I should say. So that's why I want to make sure I can actually do this before Christmas so I can film and post my eyeshadow palette review video before those go up. And that's why I'm mainly going for small things that will only take like 1 or 2 looks to really get around to the entire palette. I have already used the Alma Viva Kaleidos Quad in Venus Trap. Such a stunning cool tone palette. I'm really enjoying this one. And I also bought the one in Twilight Rush, which is more purpley toned. This is probably what I'll be playing with tomorrow. And then I'll have the Sorcery palette in from Lisa Eldridge. I think this will be stunning for the festive season. I have a holiday party coming up from work, so I definitely think I want to play with that then. And I came into this new palette from Kruidvat. I bought this for a full face of Dutch drugstore, and I didn't really get around to using the palette all that much. This is their cool toned one. It's called Sky Like This. And it's like taupes with grays and blues. So I thought that could be fun to see how it works. Then I showed you this in my haul because I forgot to show it to you last month. But the Meta Face eyeshadow palette, which was limited edition from Catrice for the fall time. I think this is very much December with like the pastely things. It's giving me Too Faced white chocolate bar vibes. But then with a lot of sparkly things because we have some interesting sparkly eyeshadows in here. The white is a cream though, so I'm very curious to see how I'm going to feel about this one when I play with it. I'm definitely going to do like 2 looks with this, I think. And then I'm already going to be playing with my Dior Silver Lights Backstage eyeshadow palette. I picked this up in Florence when I was in Italy in October. And I was like, I can play with it in December. It's going to be fine. It's grays, pinks, and purples. Like, this is a very deep plum, which you can't, like, this way you can see it, I think, a little bit better. Some really nice satiny shades. Nothing is overly shiny, but I think this is going to be a great base to use together with the Sorcery palette for that upcoming Christmas party that I have with work. And finally, also purchased in Italy in October, the Glam Eyes Coolest Shades eyeshadow palette from Wycon. And this is the only like larger thing I will be testing, so this is going to be 2 or 3 looks for sure, just to get around with it. But I think I can try most of these within like the next week or two to really give them a whirl and be able to film that video for you. But this way I can try loads of new things and still include them in my end of year favorites as well if I like these enough. And the final category are eyeshadow palettes I want to go back to. So every month I film a video with eyeshadow palettes that I've tried, that I know I love, but that I want to get more use out of. This I'm probably going to be trying in that week as my end of year favorites are going online. So I will probably not be able to film and post that video until early January. But I was like, you know what? If the first half of the month is going to be me trying new eyeshadow palettes, then I can go back to older things in the second half of the month. That's the way I'm going to do it. So the Club Nebula from Kaleidos and Angelica Nukvist, I keep saying how much I love this color story. The only thing is that I haven't really used it since my initial review. So that's definitely something I want to do. It's not very Christmassy perhaps, but I do think it goes with the festive season a little bit more. Then I want to try 2 neutral palettes, the Making Mauves and the That's Taupe from ColourPop. My Making Mauves is not the original color story, but I think it's nice to have this like mauve tone for Christmas time. And then the taupe, because I love having a good neutral in here as well. Christmas Day is probably going to be like the That's Taupe and something shimmery on top. Well, we'll see how it goes. And then the Subculture and Mary Jane are here because I want to get some more use and try because I want to get more use and actually try out some of the new things I got in from Clionadh. Again, I purchased some more of these stained glass eyeshadows over the summertime, and I haven't managed to quite use all of them. And someone in the comments actually suggested using the Mary Jane together with multi-chromes, and I think it's genius. I think it can work, but I've never tried anything that's this neutral with a multi-chrome, so it's going to be a little bit of an experiment. But since I'll have Christmas break, I'm sure I'll be able to experiment a bit more with some looks. My favorite palette to pair with multi-chromes is the Subculture from ABH, so I'm sort of putting this one in as a foolproof option that I know will work with these. And that, my dear friends, is what we will be trying out in the month of December. This is what we're going to be playing with. I'm excited for it. Give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed watching this video, or if you are excited for any of these reviews. Any products that are new, that are in this Shop My Stash for the first time, are either going to be popping up in reviews over on the blog or in dedicated videos here on the channel. So definitely stay tuned for more content that will be coming your way. And then I really hope you will come back for more, and then I hope to see you in my next video. Bye bye for now.